Hello. I'm so glad you could join me today. The verse that we're going to talk to God about this week is Psalms 18, verse 29 through 31. I love the Psalms, and this one especially is a great one. In Psalms 18, 29 to 31 says, "With your help, I can advance against a troop. With my God, I can scale a wall. As for God, his ways are perfect. The Lord's word is flawless. He shields all who take refuge in him. For who is God besides the Lord? And who is the rock except our God?" Let's just see what God wants to say to us through this psalm today, Psalm 18, 29 through 31. So if you'll join me in talking to him and see what kind of enlightenment we've got going on today. Our gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for your word, that we can go to it any time and see what you have to say, and that you're right there with us all the time, and that you are the sovereign Lord. And so, Lord, as I read these verses, the very first part says, "With your help I can." And it made me stop there because it's sort of like you can fill in the blanks. With your help, God, I can. Now, this one says advance against the troops. Well, I don't need to be doing that. But there's some big things out there that affect my life, and I can deal with them. I can forgive others. I can understand your word with your help. With your help, there's actually nothing I can't do because I'm not doing it. And I love this part because where it says, "With your help, I can." Well, actually, all I have to do is get out of the way and let you do it. And I love that part about it because that means if it seems overwhelming, no matter what's going on, you're right there. And with your help, I don't need to worry. I can get through it without the worry and the anxiety and being overwhelmed. But it's only with your help. And then the next part of the verse says, "With my God, I can." And I love this one because it says scale a wall. And I thought about all the insurmountable things come into my life that seem like I cannot handle them. I cannot deal with them. They are too big. And so I love that you put in here, God, to scale a wall, because it reminds me that no matter what the problem or situation is, it's not too big for you. And the part that makes it seems like I can do it isn't. It's that with my God. Now, there, Lord, I know that you have to be my God. I have to be in tune with you. I have to be in touch with you. I have to be following you. I have to believe in you. But when you're my God, I can get through anything. I was just listening to a story the other day, and in the book that I was listening to, they were talking about a big event that something sort of disastrous they were having to deal with. And in the conversation, that's why I love these books that I read, speak, or listen to, because they handle them from a faith-based perspective. And so one of the people said, well, wait a minute. Is this, you're looking at it like a problem instead of an opportunity to see what God's going to do. And Lord, I love that. I love that little book, just to read for fun, shared with me some things that I need to look at. Because with you, my God, I can look at even something that looks like, oh, this is terrible. I can look at it like an opportunity to see what you're going to do. Instead of looking at it like, oh, I've got to run out here and try to fix it, I can turn to you in prayer and listen, because there are some things I have to do. If I've got a leak, I've got to get the water turned off and I've got to call the plumber. But beyond that, I can turn to you and say, what are we going to do here, God? What are you going to do with this, and how are you going to help me through it? Because you always help me through it. But I loved it because I thought I was looking at some things backwards, you could say, because I think things come into my life, Lord, because you want me to learn something. And so there's an opportunity to learn something new. There's an opportunity to depend on you more. There's an opportunity to see you at work. There's an opportunity to learn something new, to look at it from a different perspective. In the midst of my little messes, problems, or whatever I don't look at them as opportunities all the time. And so this was another opportunity to listen to your word and see, oh, because you're there and you will help with your help, and because you're my God, I can whatever it needs to be, but I can get through it. And the part that I love the most about that is when I count on you, Lord, and I turn to you in something, it doesn't change what's going on, but it gives me peace. Instead of me running around like a chicken with my head chopped off, I can sit calmly and listen to the things that I need to take care of. I just feel that because when I turn to you, that then I can think more clearly. I can be at peace through the whole thing. So I'm not overwhelmed, because when it comes to where it's totally dependent on me, I don't have all those skills, and so I feel totally overwhelmed. And each time, Lord, you have led me to the right people. You have shown me what I needed to do, and I can just walk through it and get past it. And I feel so grateful. That's what I love about the Psalms anyway, is because they bring up things that I need to think about. With your help, I can. And where it says advance against the troops, I can take the next step to solve the problem. But when I try to do it in my own strength, it gets to be a bit overwhelming. Yes, there are many things that I know how to do and I can handle. But it's so much better. I don't seem to get as tied up in a knot. I don't seem to get as anxious when I depend on you. I end up maybe doing the same thing I did when I was anxious But I feel so stressed out and just relieved when it's all over. And oh my, what can I do next? But with you, there's a peace and a calm that I love. In some emergencies, um, we don't stay as calm as we could. And I remember reading a book on management about not panicking. Take a deep breath, step back and look at the issue, and instead of just getting that fire hose and trying to put out the fire, and then realize, well, if I hadn't done that, now I won't have to do this. We think we don't have a minute. But I know, Lord, with you, we have more than a minute. I can come to you. And so with your help, I can deal with whatever comes my way. With you as my God, I can be at peace through it all. That's what I love the most. And so, Lord, I thank you for reminding me that I can scale that wall with you, my God. Not by myself, not in my own power, but in your strength and power. I can scale the wall. And then in verse 30, it says, as for God, his way is perfect. And that's what I know. See, with your help, I can. With my God, I can. Because your way is perfect. I know that full well from the many things you've given me in my life to deal with. And I know the difference between trying to handle in my own way and getting all tied in a knot and anxious and overwhelmed to the point where I can hardly think, to this turning it to you and getting through it. So I know your ways are perfect, because even though it didn't change things, the way you had me handle it, the way you dealt with it, the way you gave me peace and joy through some things is perfect. It also says that the Lord's word is flawless. That's the advantage of me being able to read your word every day, Lord, is that I can see your promises. Sometimes lately I've felt almost overwhelmed. It's like, wait a minute. Let me know more. I see this. I didn't see this before. And I get so excited about it, but it seems like I can't retain it all. And that a week later, I can't even remember what that verse was. But what I found is when I need something or something comes up, that verse just pops in my mind. And I know that's you. I know that's the Holy Spirit reminding me of what your word says, because it really shows me what I need to do very clearly. And I think for so many years, I would just read things and, yeah, I read it, but I didn't really hear it. I didn't really see it. And that's not who I want to be. I want to be the one who sees and who hears what you're telling me and see what you mean by that. Because otherwise I miss out on such a great opportunity to depend on your strength and power to get me through. It also says after that the Lord's word is flawless. He shields all who take refuge in him. And as I was reading that over, this little picture came into mind about that when something comes along, of just running to you, Lord, to find the safety and protection with you. Because when I run to you very quickly, instead of trying to deal with it myself and then finally taking it to you, but when I do that first, I feel that you do shield me. You shield me from a lot of the things, all the anxiety, all the worry, all the tied in a knot feelings, but you shield me from all of that. The problem is still there. It still has to be dealt with, but I can approach it in a peaceful, calm, thoughtful manner where I can hear and see what needs to be done more clearly. And I am so thankful for that. And this is the one I want to remember, but I seems like I say that every week. Oh, I've got to hang on to this one. Because as soon as something happens, to call out to you and to step into your protection. Many times when something, just like in that manager's thing that says take a deep breath and step back and look at it before you act. Well, I feel that's what happens when I take refuge with you, that if I turn to you, then first, and run to you, find your protection to say, Lord, I need your help through this. It just seems like, to me, Lord, that it's just one step at a time, and I get through it. And there's a peace and a calm about it, and which causes joy, because I just feel overwhelmed with joy because I can feel you there. I know that you're by my side, and that you're going to get me through it. And for me, the ones that I felt the most were the big things. When I saw that my vision was going, that first time, right after my husband had died, you poured out your peace on me that I'll never forget. I don't want to ever forget that. Because it was like you told me something. I did not hear it. It's just like I knew it. That not to worry, that you've got it, that you're right there. You've got it covered. You didn't say that it wouldn't get any worse. You didn't make any big things. It just was, I'm here. Don't worry. I got it. I got you. That's a wonderful feeling. And I know that most of us have been through that, where there's somebody there with you and you know that they've got your back, and you've got the support that you need from that, and so you don't have to be concerned about it. I still don't know where the end of this will go with my diminished visions. The doctors tell me that no, I won't lose it completely. This will be the extent of it. But it has gotten up to this point where I could see and do a lot of things that I can't do anymore. But I can still function. I have plenty of vision to function and to walk everywhere and to be able to take care of myself up to a point. And I love that, Lord. I love that you've put me there. But I also love that you've shown me that we need others. We need others in our life. I can't always be the Lone Ranger and always just say, well, I can do it myself. I can remember going to an appointment once, Lord, and it was just a simple little thing. But when I came out of there and I was all by myself and I had to drive home, I was so wishing there was someone there. They weren't going to change anything. They were just there for support. And boy, the next time that happened, I had that person there and it was marvelous. They didn't do anything different except to give me comfort. And I think that we need to remember that you didn't put us here to be handling everything by ourselves. That we not only have you, but we have each other to help get us through. And so as I run to you when things come up, and you can then shield me from things that mainly I think, Lord, you shield me from the anxiety and the worry and the overwhelmed feeling of it. Because I've allowed some things to creep into my life lately that felt overwhelming. And I have to thank you for that, because I feel you were saying, Lola, you're just getting too independent. You're trying to do it yourself over here, and you don't need to. It's like trying to carry a big, awkward box. Not so heavy, but it's large and it's awkward to carry. You get someone else on the other side, it's nothing. Especially if it's a lighter weight box that you literally could pick up by yourself. It's just so big that it's awkward and you can't quite manage it. You get another person coming alongside. It's just easy. Same way with the big tarp I was trying to get over something. You get another person on the other end. Wow. It's done in a flash. And it was not a struggle. So we need each other. And you tell us that. And I never want to forget that, Lord, that not only do I have you, but you give us other people also to come into our lives to help us. And I put these other two this last verse in because I just thought, for me, I felt you saying, don't forget who I am. Because verse 31 says, for who is God besides the Lord? There's no one else. There's nothing to compare. Don't forget that. And then the rock. And who is the rock? Except our God. It's a solid foundation that we can stand on. We can, many times when we need to stand on a firm foundation, and I've been in a place where it wasn't such a firm foundation and you weren't sure you could stand up. But when I go to you, when a thing comes up, I'm standing on a firm foundation that, instead of being all shaky and where I think I'm going to fall over, that allows me then to think more clearly, because I'm not having to worry about just keeping my balance. I can stand on your firm foundation and then hear what you say and think clearly. And so I just thank you for reminding me that, for who is God except the Lord? For who is the rock? For who is the Lord? Who is God besides the Lord? And who is the rock except God, our God? I need that. I need to remember who you are. I need to count on you. Because I'm the kind of person who has thought they were in control and they were handling it, I still tend to go that direction. And you know that, Lord. So you've assisted me in showing me that I need to depend on you. And so I think sometimes that as I go through the day, I need to remember this every time, that with your help I can. With my God I can. And that your ways are perfect, your word is flawless, and that you shield everyone who comes to you to take refuge in you. You don't turn any of us away. When we turn to you, Lord, you're right there. And so I don't want to forget that. That's who you are. You are the sovereign Lord. You are the rock, the firm foundation. So, Lord, I thank you for showing us these words in Psalms today that we can grab hold of, stand on, know that they're there, because I need to trust you through everything. And if I forget who you are, or think I can do it in my own strength, it's foolish. We've watched little children where they try to do it themselves. We know it's beyond their capability, but they don't. And if you wait, then they'll come to you. I want to do that first. I want to come to you, Lord, first. And so I'm asking you for that. Help me to come to you right off, all the time. I do that so much more than I used to, and I am so thankful for that. But I want to do it all the time. Walk in that peace and that comfort from you that says that you're there, and with my God, with your help, I can. I can face anything. So, Lord, I lift up all these prayers and conversations with you too, in Jesus' name. Amen.